Hi, this is Sweet June coming back at you with another video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, the like, the share, um, all that good stuff. I was watching today. I was watching Chloe. Um, it's a channel on YouTube. This YouTuber by the name of Chloe. I think there's more than one YouTuber named Chloe, but this one, she always talks about uh, her channel is mostly talks about women, women empowerment, femininity, hypergamy. She talks about hypergamy. She talks about femininity and things like that. That's mainly her platform. She mainly talks about women being better, being a better version of themselves, and mainly femininity. And she's got quite a few subscribers, and she has some really really great content. I remember one time I just binge watched her videos. She very smart lady, has some very good advice. She talks about mainly about femininity, hypergamy, and stuff like that. And I was watching one of her videos today, and she was talking about what was the title of that video? I can't remember the title of it. Um, she in the video, I can't remember the title of it, but it was a video that she done today, and she was saying women. She's talking about marriage, um, women in marriage and marriage material, and she was like, women. She's like, ask yourself, be honest with yourself, and ask yourself, are you marriage material? So I thought about that question. I was just waking up, and everything, and went to the bathroom. I thought about that question. I said that's a good question. Um, I said it's a self-examination question, and I said, I said to be. I asked myself that question. I said, am I wife material? And I said, well, to be perfectly honest, I have to go with no, I'm not. And the reason why I say that is not because of looks, because I know I'm beautiful. It's not my looks. It's not my body size, because women can get married at any size. Not necessarily my body size, not necessarily my my beauty. Not saying that that's the reason, because that's not the reason. But that I say that. The reason why I say that is because now, if you had to ask me that question, um, if you had to ask me that question, maybe 10, 15 years ago, I would have said, "Nah, I'm marriage material." um, but the reason why I say it now is because where I'm at mentally, and because of the things that's going on with my body physically, I have to feel confident if I'm going into a marriage situation. I have to feel confident in knowing that, um, when you're a wife, there's duties involved, and I don't feel like I would be confident enough to, um, or having enough desire to fully fulfill my wifely duties. You know what I mean? Now, don't get all upset and upsided. And I'm not saying that women are get married to be women are maids. Why to be married to be maids? No, that's not what I'm saying. But there's certain expectations that men have. Let's be real here. There's certain expectations that men have when they get married, and those expectations is, um, you know, um, they want you to keep a clean house. Um, they want you to cook every day, and some men like, you know, it just depends on the man. It's and they want you to be active in the bedroom and things like that. And so I'm at stage in my life to where I'm been single for so long. I'm used to being single, and then the things that's going on with me physically, as far as my legs and my back, I have to kind of pace myself when I do things around the house. I have to pace myself. I can. There's a lot of things that I do now that if I got married, I would have to change. You know what I mean? I don't. And I would have men have. Let's be honest. Men have requirements. Um, they have expectations, and and in my mind, I would have requirements and expectations of myself. And what I perceive as being a good wife. And not emotionally, I think I would be a good wife. Emotionally, I would think I would be a really good wife as far as the emotional aspect of it. Offering my husband the emotional support and love, I think I would be good in that area. But as far as physically, I don't feel confident in knowing that I would be able to physically um, um, do my wifely duties like to the expectation that I have and my husband may have, if that makes sense. Um, and then I'm been single for so long that I'm kind of set in my ways, and um, you know, um, I just I like the I enjoy the freedom of having choices. If I don't want to cook on a certain day, I don't have to cook. You know, if I just want to just sit and relax all day, I can do that. I ain't got nobody bothering me and trying to get me to do something. You know what I mean? Um, so I mean, at this stage in my life, I mean, and it's certain things that I'm going through mentally and emotionally right now. That I don't think that I don't feel confident in knowing that I can give my 100% because of certain things that has taken place in my life throughout the last couple of years, and specifically the changes in my body. I just don't feel confident, knowing that I can go into a marriage and just give it my all, if that makes sense. So I said no, as far as with myself. But I was like, that is a good question for like every woman to ask themselves. It's a self evaluation type question. Um, are you wife material to the single ladies that want to get married? Are you wife material? That is actually a really really good question. A lot of people don't want to really look in the mirror and really take that deep self evaluation and examination of themselves, and really stop and think, you know, am I, because Chloe, her whole thing is like, women being the best version of themselves. And so she gives women and educates women on what women need to do to be a better version of themselves. Not always so much about attracting, getting a man. Um, so, um, but I think that should be all of our goals, is just to be the best version of ourselves. Um, and um, that's a good question for any woman to ask themselves: am I good wife material? Because some women are not. But that doesn't mean that at a later date you can't be. Now, just because, like I said earlier, of certain reasons why I wouldn't be, that doesn't mean that can't change. Like 5 years from now, 5 years from now, I might be in a different place, and then I can say, well, yeah, I'll be good, you know, wife material. Um, If you had asked me this question 10 years ago, I would have said, yeah, I know I'd be a good wife. I would have been fully confident in knowing that I would be a really good wife. So, in wife material. So, I guess it depends at where you're at in your life. If you're a really young woman and you got some growing to do, it's about growth. It's about growth. It's about self evaluation. It's not about putting yourself down. It's not about that. It's not putting yourself down and being negative. It's like, don't look at it that way. It's self evaluation and examination. Is examining yourself and taking a real close look at yourself. And that people don't spend enough time doing that. And some people are so busy worrying about other people's issues and what other people got going on that they're not taking a really close look at themselves about what's going on with them. And that is the problem with a lot of people. And so that is actually, like I said, that was a really good question. But ladies, any ladies looking at this video, I challenge you. That is a good question. If you want to get married, are you wife material? And a lot of women, we have the list of what we would like in a man. Most women have the list. Some women went as far as to write it down. I always had it up here. You either got it up here or you wrote it down. And some women got unrealistic things on that list. The list is extremely long, and they got some unrealistic things on that list. And I always was of the belief, and what has always been said is that you have to become what you are looking for. My mouth is extremely dry. Hold on a second. You have to become what you're looking for. That's what you have to basically be. Whatever it is that you're looking for, you have to become what you're looking for. You have to meet up to that same expectation so y'all can be on the same level pretty much. Or close to it. So, if you're looking for a man that got a banging body, your goal should be to not diet, because I don't believe lifestyle changes, eating healthy and exercising on a regular basis to get your body right. If you want a man that had his body right, then you got to be willing to do the same thing. You feel me? So, I say I don't care if he got a little belly. I got a little belly. So whatever it is that you expect out of a man, you got to be able to meet that same requirement. You got to become what you're looking for. If you say you can't I want a man to be buff. Well, for a man to be buff, he got to be eating healthy and he got to be exercising on a regular basis. Okay, so that means that you need to be doing the same things. You know what I mean? So, and if he's doing that, then he's gonna want a woman that's doing the same thing. Realistically, that's what he gonna want. So it is whatever. Now financially, some women say they want a high value man. Now I'm gonna do another video talking about that. A man's value is not determined by how much money he has. I don't believe that. But stay tuned. That's another video. But some women say, well, I want a man that's making X amount of dollars. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be making that kind of money, because a man is the provider. He's the main provider. He's supposed to have more money than what you got. He's supposed to have more than what you have, So that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to equal that as far as financially, but you do have to do have to be halfway decent financially. You know what I mean? You have to be at a certain level. You should, if you have certain expectations of a man, then you should be at a certain level yourself so you can attract that type of man. You feel me? So, um, some women, they say, well, I want to get married, um, but they're not willing to put in the work that it takes to get married. They're not willing to put in. When I say put in the work, they're not willing to put in the work within themselves. You know what I mean? And you can't always have the mentality where what you see is what you get. You take me as I am, because you know what if the way you are, certain things, characteristics that you have, is not attracting you to the person that you want or that you require. You know what I mean? So you it requires you to make some changes. You know, so you may not be ready. You might not be wifey material now, but when you continue to work on yourself on down the road, you 5 years from now, you could be wifey material. But it's a situation to where you're not ready for your husband. You have to work on yourself and get yourself together. And then once you get yourself together, then yeah, you can say, okay, I'm wifey material, and I'm ready for a husband. But we got to be willing, as women, we have to be willing to do the work. We have to be willing to do the work, because it's easy for us to say, well, he need to be this, he need to be that, he need to have this money, he a certain amount of money, he need to look good, he need to do this, and men have the same requirements, and it goes for them too. What is it that you have going on with you that you need to fix before you meet this right person? Maybe you need to get a closer relationship with God. Maybe you need to um, there's some aspects of your personality that need to be changed. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe sometimes our attitude is not right. Our mentality and the way we think is not right, and so some changes need to take place as far as that. So everybody should know what they need to work on. Sometimes it is femininity. Sometimes it is femininity that women need to be. Certain women need to be more feminine, um, or have more feminine traits and characteristics. Um, and because Chloe, she's a big advocate of that. Yeah, sometimes it is femininity. Sometimes, a lot of times, women have to work, of all races, have to work on that, because contrary to the popular beliefs, that it's not that black women are not the only ones that have issues with that. I think all races of women can have issues with that as well. So maybe it just depends on the person. It depends on the person. So you just, maybe it's femininity that you have to work on, being more feminine, or being more approachable and stuff like that. Some women have to learn to be more approachable, more feminine, or just working on yourself. Working on being healthier, having a healthier body, and stuff like that. And working on your inner, more so on your inner beauty. And so that's a good question. And knowing that you would be able to, and working on yourself emotionally, making sure that you're healed. Like, a lot of these people go into these marriages and relationships, and they men and women, they just ain't healed. They ain't healed from what it is that they went through in their past relationships, or even their childhood. They're just not healed. They their mind ain't right. You know, and so if your mind ain't right, you got to get. Sometimes you just got to get your mind right, and you got to get healed. And because if you're not healed, mentally or emotionally, you go into a marriage situation where you bringing all that baggage into the relationship, and that goes for men and women. You bringing all that baggage into the relationship and dumping it all on your new husband or your new wife. And that's, believe it or not, that's why a lot of people have marital problems, because people didn't get their mind right before they got married, and then they bring all that baggage and stuff into these marriages and stuff. It's not good. So sometimes it's a situation to where you just gotta get your mind right. Any baggage you have left from old relationships, or even if you've had some childhood trauma, sometimes it requires therapy. You have to get therapy. Get yourself together and work. Sometimes you just have to work on those things. Before you can be somebody's wife. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to get married and just dump all that stuff onto your husband and stuff like that. And so some women have to work on, you got to get your mind right and just work on your confidence. And because a man likes a confident woman. A man likes a confident woman. True story. This is a true story. I'm not going to make this video too long. I'll try not to make them too long, but it's a good topic. True story. I was in the car. This happened last weekend. I was in the car, and I have this CD that I found, and it has multiple artists on it, and it's got a couple of Aretha Franklin's songs on there, and she has a song called "Jump to It." I love that song, and it's got a collection of different. I think it's through Arista Records. And it has all the artists that was with that record label is on that CD. They got Aretha Franklin, they got Dionne Warwick, they got Whitney Houston. She got her song on there, and just various artists, Jermaine Jackson. So I'm listening to Aretha. Got a couple of good cuts on there that I like, and so my favorite pastime. I love to drive and sing and listen to music. That's one of my favorite things to do. And I'm driving and I'm singing and dancing and everything. And I put on some of my best performances in the car. I'm at a stoplight and I'm dancing, singing, and everything. I'm just having a good old time. And this man, black man, pulls up beside me. And he say, "Hey, he was flirting with me." He said, "Where are you from? You from here?" And I said, "Yeah, and I mean, the brother was flirting with a sister. And I was kind of happy because I'm like, oh, it's nice to know I still got it. And I had my hat on. I had my hat on. Sometimes in some of my videos I wear my hat. I had my hat on. And I didn't have a lot of makeup. I had a little lip gloss on. And that's it. Because you guys, watch my channel on regular basis. I don't wear a lot of makeup. So I had a little lip gloss on and I had my hat. And I'm at the stoplight just having a good old time. This guy was flirting with me. He said, "Yeah, where you from?" And I thought about that. I said, I said, when a man sees a woman doing that, it speaks volumes. It sends a message to him that you're confident. It shows confidence. It shows that you are happy, you having fun. And so those are some of the things that men are attracted to. They're attracted to a woman that's confident. She's secure with herself. She appears to be happy. And she's fun loving. I said that shows everything. When a man sees that, it shows all that. It shows him that you're confident. You're it shows to them. I'm saying from a man's perspective, confident. You're happy. Well, I had a happy moment anyway. You fun loving. It shows fun loving. It shows all that to them, and that's the kind of aura a woman needs to put out there. Because that man sure was flirting with me. Yes, he was. He said, "Yeah, where you from?" And this was a black man at that, a dark one on top of it. I like the chocolate. But I'm not. I said, "Yeah, I'm just." Yeah, he said, I forget what else I said to him, but He said, keep on jamming. You know, and he had the smile. He wasn't a bad looking guy. Had a nice little smile on his face, but he was attracted. And I think that's what attracted him. You know, he's seen a woman having fun and enjoying, you know, her music, enjoying herself, having fun. It says confidence. It says all that. And I wasn't all glammed up. All I had was a little lip gloss, and I had my hat on, and that's it. I had a hat on, and I had a little lip gloss, and I wasn't glammed up. So it's all about your aura. It's all about what you put out there, what you present to the world. And men can pick up, if this proves my theory right, that men can pick up on things. So when, like I said in my other video, a while back, I might put that link to it. I think I was talking about homosexuals. You know, it's all well and good for women to look nice. Okay, yes, you always gotta look presentable when you walk out of the house, but you gotta make sure your mind is right too. That's well and good, but you gotta make sure your mind is right. And you if you have to have the right mindset. And so when he seen that, it exuberated confidence and fun and happy, and he's seen all that. Like I said, I was having a happy moment. um, and he was attracted to that. And, you know, I look young for my age, so yes, I'm telling you, ladies, it works. So you sometimes have to take the time to work on yourself, getting yourself together. Don't be thirsty, and just get yourself together physically, mentally, emotionally. Get your mind right, and then you will attract better men to you. And then you'll be get yourself together in all aspects. Then you will be ready and wifey material, as they say. So hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what you think, what your view, what your thoughts are. Men, be nice. Don't come in here being mean. Yeah, I don't have a problem with the input, but just be nice. And let me know, ladies, what you think. You know, do you think that's a good question to ask yourself, ladies? Are you wifey material? Good question. And thank you, Chloe, for giving me a good video topic. Be sure to hit that like and that subscribe, share, and that notification bell so every time I do a video, you will be notified. Until the next video, peace and love. This is Sweet Jim.